Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky second chapter. I am the Orange Genius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we read through the entirety of the Carnalia book series, which took me 80 minutes. I estimated like 20 to 25 minutes there, it's like only 10 books, but each of the books has, well, 3 times the size of the All Night series. But not to worry, I think it was quite rewarding. I don't think anybody watched that entire video there. But that is okay. We are going to continue through the main storyline now. The end of that series is really good. Oh. Thanks, Miller. Talking with the ambassador was a big help. No, you don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything important, really. Besides, this is a problem affecting all our nations. We should be working together. Ha, indeed. I do hope we can solve this. Huh? Oliver? You're awfully quiet. It's nothing. I was simply lost in a reverie for a moment. It doesn't concern our current business. Pay me no mind. Okay. Oliver, you'll be staying here at the embassy in the evenings while you're here in Gransel, yes? Where else? I would not miss the chance to have more sweet dreams in your bed as always. What? Oh my. Stop with the jokes before you give the ladies too many ideas. And images. I love his mouth. I love his face right there. Push those jokes too far and I may have to spare you upon the embassy flagpole. So that's the direction I should approach from. You teach me more every day. Alternately, I could just cut you in half right here. I'm fairly sure I could explain it to Lord Krena. That would be rather less lovely. Forgive the joke, my friend. So that's how you keep Oliver under control. Maybe I should write this down. I'd say they match each other perfectly myself. That's a terrifying thought. Well, regardless, I shall pardon myself here. Good luck with the rest of your investigation. Thanks again, Müller. With the embassies out of the way, all that's left is liberal news. Hopefully Niall or someone will be able to help us. Hopefully. Shall we be off? I'm gonna check out Gransel Castle first, because we already had a line of dialogue there before. Dun, dun, dun. I did prepare tea, but the tea is not yet ready. Which is sad. That's okay though. What is in here? We are supposed to talk to people, but there's so much exploration to be done. My duties are slowly normalizing, but I'm still quite busy. As ever, there are still many inquiries from the citizenry about the coup d'etat. I'm in charge of various kinds of reparations, but there's just a mountain of problems to get through. Dayan, we're still cleaning up after the coup d'etat. Right now I'm investigating the intelligence division's budgets and their real expenses. From the looks of it, there are signs the budget was manipulated. Where could the money have gone to? I imagine my wife's enjoying non-stop fishing by now. Oh, Helmut! At this rate, not only am I going to be worthless as a man, but my position as her husband will be in danger. Alright, if I just train in secret, I'm sure I can catch up to my wife. Your position as husband will be in danger because you're not good enough at fishing. Oh boy. Royal Guardsman. I'm afraid Captain Schwartz isn't here right now. She is currently stationed at the Leesten Fortress for the changing of the Arsail's engine. To think that the already state-of-the-art Arsail can even go further. I wonder what kind of ship it'll become. I wonder what kind of ship it'll have to become to be able to match the technology that the Society for Oberos has access to. The door is tightly closed. Doom, 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 doom. Once we closed that door leading into the sewers, we finally stopped getting so many rats in our storehouse. Really, the nerve they have to chew on food that people put so much effort to bring in. Nasty, nasty little creatures. And that was pretty smart of you. The head cook is incredible. It's crazy how many recipes that guy knows. Maybe I can get him to teach me a few. Head cook Gervais. Why, your Highness Claudia, I see you're most well today. May I ask what brings you to my humble kitchen? Probably that egg. That one omelette there. What is it? I'm very sorry, but I'm busy cleaning here. You look busy. Can't even talk to the princess, can you? This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. There was nothing else inside of here? Nope. Alrighty. Wait a minute. I knew it. Miss Estelle! And Miss Claudia! Mr. Zane too! But pardon me, it's been quite some time. Ah, it sure has. Yeah, reminds me of when you lent me your maid uniform, Shia. Oh, Estella's a maid? Yeah, it was to meet with the queen. Oh, and Joshua had to wear one too. Shia did her magic on his face with her makeup. She was all pumped up to do it. Oh my. Thank you very much. Joshua, who once played the role of Princess Cecilia so perfectly, also portrayed a maidservant. Oh, no, noble endeavors both. I am sure it must have been quite beauteous to behold. I regret all the more I could not attend to the Duke's banquet. Oh, right, Shia. Do you know where Hilda is? I believe Mistress Hilda is in the library. As I recall, she said she had something to look up. The library, I got it. Don't tell me there's more books in the library. Please, please. There's no other book series there could be, right? There is no possible book series they could have. Eckle. Oh well, time to start cleaning the guest rooms. Once I'm done with the guest rooms, it's off to help tidy the library. Where's that library? Well, not in the guest rooms, I know, but still. Ooh. Ooh. This is the library. Castle Blueprints, the 7 treasures, the full details of the 100 Days War. I was asked by Her Highness to compose a list of the books removed by the Intelligence Division. I wonder what they were investigating. A curious selection. Here's a singular book lying around there, man. It looks special. Before I talk to Hilda, I'm gonna check out the other guest rooms. Of course there's gonna be nothing, but still, might as well check them out. You never know. You never know. And it only takes a couple of seconds. Okay, I'm fine with that. Princess Claudia and Miss Estelle too? Oh, hello, Hilda. I'm sorry if I startled you, but I just got back. Hi, Hilda. Sorry I've been out of touch. It's quite all right. I'm glad to see you well. I understand the princess has been assisting you, Estelle. I'm very glad to see the two of you home safe. Aw, Hilda. Haha, you're embarrassing Estelle, Hilda. Speaking of helping Estelle, though, I've returned partially to inquire about something the guild is investigating. Could we ask you a few questions, Hilda? If I can be of assistance, ask me anything. I think there may be a few too many onlookers to speak here, however. Let us borrow a guest room. Yes, I see. You're attending to the investigation of that letter we received, then? I take it you want to know if I have any idea who the sender might be? That's it, exactly. We're investigating all the locations that received letters to see if we can ferret out some clues. Well, firstly, thank you for your efforts. Just receiving that letter was unsettling. I'm afraid I can be of little aid in naming suspects, however. The only thing I can say with confidence is that it is not the work of anyone in this castle. Yeah, we kind of figured that one. Who was the letter here addressed to, out of curiosity? No less a person than Her Majesty herself. I checked all the letters addressed to the Queen, so I know the contents of the letter. Believe me, if I could lay hands on the rude fool who wrote that. Pardon me. I was wondering, were there any other suspicious letters delivered to the castle recently? Ones critical of royal decisions, for example? Well... Hilda, please, help us for my sake, if no one else's. We need as much information as we can in order to make a judgment. Very well. There have been several letters delivered with no indication as to their senders. They were not particularly critical of royal decisions per se. They were largely petitions to reduce or annul Colonel Richard's sentence. I suspect at least some are from citizens of Gransel, but the rest I cannot be sure on. People want Colonel Richard freed? No less than expected of the man who once strove to be my rival. His popularity endures even after his capture and shaming. The colonel was very skilled and competent, and everyone knows that. It isn't unusual at all to see people regret losing him. I would personally bet on those letters not being related to our little threat. Requesting something of the royal hand is one thing. Trying to force it to do something is a whole different thing altogether. Well, still, even knowing the letters exist helps. Oh, one more thing, Hilda. I wanted to ask you about someone else. Estelle asked Hilda about the Hayworths. Harold Hayworth, a trader from Crossbell? Yes, I remember him. Say what? Is he an acquaintance of yours, Hilda? Not as such. He asked for a tour of the castle interior a few days ago. I happened to be otherwise unoccupied, so I showed him about. His wife and daughter were with him as well. Ah, really? Alas, this provides us with little clue as to where the Hayworths may have gone. Yes, my apologies. There was something that bothered me, however. What would that be? What would that be? Their child greatly enjoyed the tour. However, her parents felt as though they were barely even present throughout the entire thing. They seemed even-tempered and normal enough when they spoke to me, but when combined with your story, I wonder if they were under strain. Not able to pay attention after coming to see a place as a tourist. Sounds like something was on their minds, all right. Yes, it seems likely they were in some kind of trouble even then. This may give us a clue as to where they went. Thank you very much, Hilda. I think this gave us some good leads. I'm glad I could be of help. Oh, Princess, you'll be staying here in the castle tonight, I trust. And if your friends lack accommodations... I had intended to stay here while in Grancel, yes, but... Well, how about it, everyone? Ah, you forget. They are expecting me to be a pest at the embassy tonight. I can hardly disappoint. I do appreciate the offer, however. Yeah, I've got what's basically a permanent room in the Calvardian embassy. Thanks, but I think I've got to decline this time. I should probably ask Agate and Tita before committing to anything. We've got Ren too. That's true. It sounds like she loves the castle. I shall keep the rooms ready in case you wish to stay. Thanks, Hilda. Thank you, Hilda. Not at all. I must return to the maid quarters. Please let me know if you need anything else. If you'll pardon me. Okay, so we still need to meet with the queen. She should be in her chambers, right? Yes, I'd be surprised if she isn't. Let us not keep her waiting then. I'm gonna have to try to take a sip of my tea now. Oh, way too hot, way too hot, way too hot. If the teacup is this hot, I cannot drink that tea. But I've got bottled water, and it's colder than the tea, so I'm gonna fill it up with a bit of water, and then I can drink it. How smart of me. How smart of me. Now I can probably drink it. That's a strange taste. Strange kind of tea. I cannot explain what the contents are or what the tea would be called in English because I only have the German tea thing there. But that's a strange strange taste. Perfect drinking temperature though. Yeah, I'm not so sure if it's good on my throat or not. I'm gonna have to do some testing there. It's such a relief that the Duke's staying over in the villa. After all, the Duke was always staring at people with these lecherous, dirty eyes. Ugh. You came directly out of the Hunger Games series, didn't you? Why would I say that? Well, look at her name again. Oh well. I do read books, don't I? Nothing here. Oh, no, that's nothing. There's fruit. That's not fruit, that is something that makes me want to eat it, because I'm hungry right now, even though I did eat a bit ago, but I mean, like I said, a bit ago, and in between was 80 minutes of reading out an entire book. That was exhausting. I'm glad it's done. But also the end. I have mentioned that like the third time in this episode. Nothing here as always. No surprises there. Why, Your Highness Claudia, welcome home. Would you like something? I would be happy to prepare some tea. Well, thanks for offering, but I guess I decline. I guess. I mean, I don't want... I mean, I guess. Would have liked some tea. Alrighty. Estelle? Do you have some business here? No, not down here, but up here? Do you? No? No business? Okay. Sorry, Estelle, to remind you of that awful memory again, but, you know... There's no one here either. Alright. Then I think it's about time we got to it. Please pass through. Why, Lady Claudia, if you're looking for Her Majesty the Queen, she's currently resting in her room. Do 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 do. What room is this? Some room. Resting in her room, you said. This is not resting in her room. This is not resting in her room. Ah, you finally arrived. Huh? Grandmother? Scree! Brr! Zeke! I see. Zeke was being thoughtful, wasn't he? Yes, he let me know you were coming. Welcome home, Claudia. And Estelle, you are always welcome so long as I remain queen. Your father explained everything not long after you left to train. It pains me to know you carry such a burden. Oh. Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Still, I know what I gotta do, and Chloe's been a huge help. So I'm okay, don't worry. I see. Your soul has gained new steel since last we met, Estelle. Mr. Vathek and Mr. Lenheim, both of you, of course, are also welcome in my home. Let us retire to my chambers. I shall have some tea prepared. There it is. Ah, so you've come about the letters. I wasn't aware they had been sent to the cathedral and the embassies as well. Your fears are not groundless. It is difficult to think of such lengths as a mere childish prank. Yes, Your Highness. That's why we're trying to talk to people affiliated to the case, to see if we can find some clues. Grandmother, do you have any idea who might be responsible? Especially someone within Liberl? Claudia, what do you think? Me? As a possible heir, your thoughts should daily be on the forces moving within our nation. Wouldn't you share your opinion with me? Very well. I don't believe there is any force in the country which is truly opposed to the pact. I've heard in various places, however, that following the coup, some of our extreme right-wing citizens are feeling very concerned. Their frustrations might be at the root of these letters, maybe. Very good. My opinion is more or less the same. Sorry, but I don't quite follow. Colonel Richard was not the only man who approved of the idea of expanding and empowering our military. In the wake of the failed coup, however, the matter is effectively untouchable. I can only imagine all who share his mindset are quite dissatisfied and worried for our safety. Okay, so you think the letters are from believers in military control and expansion, like the intelligence division guys still on the run? That would be the short of it, yes. If that is the case, then I would say I bear the responsibility for this as much as they. It was my beliefs that led them to take such action in the first place, after all. Grandmother. I don't know. I don't think they have the right to be all blah, let's threaten people and be scary because we're sore losers. No, there are few things more precious than the freedom to express oneself, Estelle. Remember, even those who promote military empowerment and a war footing do so out of a love for Liberl and its people. They have as much right to express that idea as any of us have ours. And listening to all such opinions and choosing how to guide the country, that is a ruler's responsibility. Though in that case, I rather doubt they'll actually try to stop the ceremony, yes? Assuming the letter is from the expansionists, yes, that is quite possible. With Colonel Richard under arrest, they have little power with which to act. The problem lies with the idea that someone else may be responsible. If that is the case, then I fear I can offer you little advice or knowledge. Aw, rats. Queen Alicia, if I may broach a question? Of course, Oliver. Whatever you wish. Why are you so determined to act upon this non-aggression pact now? Your own country is still deeply confused and unsettled from the coup attempt. Most rulers would think this is the time to focus solely on one's own country, not the affairs of others. Oliver, you are talking to a queen, you know. It's all right, Estelle. Oliver has a point. The plans and proposals for the pact, however, far predate the coup. Further delays would only harm the dignity of the nation. The cross-bell issue is causing a great deal of friction again as well, and I hope this can help. Crossbell? That's where Ren's from, isn't it? Yes, it lies due northeast of here, over the Crone Mountains and directly between Erebonia and Calvard. Both Republic and Empire claim it should be part of their governments, and some crossbellans want total independence. It's quite a mess. Crossbell's basically a fishbone stuck in two throats at once. All the issues surrounding it just get called the crossbell problem. I see. Boy, no wonder people get worked up about it then. So your aim is to pluck out the bone with this pact then? To continue the analogy, it is not a bone that can be removed in one gesture, sadly. If I can open a way to resolve the issue, however, yes. Laying the groundwork for resolving that issue will strengthen peace across the entire region. And people will remember a liberal spurred it on. I have underestimated you even more than I previously thought. Our invasion of Liberl was far more of a fool's errand than I'd even imagined. That much at least is painfully obvious to me now. What are you going on about? Oh wait, crossbell? Ren? Duh, sorry to change the subject, Your Majesty, but... Estelle asked Queen Alicia about Ren's parents. My goodness, a child abandoned at the royal villa. I must instruct Raymond to keep me better informed, it seems. I know it's a shot in the dark, but I don't suppose you have any idea where they might be, Your Majesty. No, I'm very sorry, but I do not know. However, if they visited the castle, especially recently, Hilda would know of it. Have you spoken with her? Yeah, we did. Hilda only said they were behaving a little strangely. I see. Well, should you wish, I can contact Mayor McDowell and the Crossbell government. If that would help, ask whenever you need. Oh, thanks. Grandmother, thank you for all your help. We need to move on, unfortunately. But, don't be nervous. I know what you wish to say, I think. You will be staying in the castle tonight, yes? Let us speak then, once you're no longer busy. All right. My goodness, such royalty. I would say she is the one person on the continent with that sense of balance. Yeah, sort of feels weird to say coming from a democracy, but she's the perfect ruler. I kinda envy Liberl, to be honest. Of course. She's the queen after all. Chloe, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. I was just struck again by how incredible a woman grandmother is. I really doubt I can ever live up to her. Oh. Princess? When did Her Majesty the Queen take the throne? Oh, she was 20 if I recall correctly. And may I ask your age? I'm 16, but my point. I truly doubt Her Majesty was a master politician the day she took the throne. And you are not yet even as old as she was when she first donned the purple. I see little point in comparing yourself to her as she is now. Wouldn't you agree? We martial artists tend to say that only those with a proper capacity can achieve unity of purpose. Even those with the greatest innate skill, like say Walter, only reach their peak through a journey of 1,000 steps. I think Her Majesty believes you have the capacity to get there, Princess. Just take it one step at a time, don't worry.
Oliver, Zane, thank you, really.
Good job, you two. TloH's going to be an awesome queen someday. I guess you get good with pep talks as you get older, huh?
Get older? How rude! I'm a fresh, youthful 25. 5 years younger than Zane here, even.
You're one to call out someone on being rude, Oliver.
Well, anyway, we've spoken to Hilda and Grandmother both.
Yep, back to town then, I guess.
Yes, let's be off.
Alrighty. I know the way out. I know the way out. Let's see if there's any more dialogue while leaving, but I doubt it. La 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 dun dun. The music in this castle is so nice, isn't it? The music in this entire game is so nice, isn't it? I phrased that in the wrong way. Oh, darn.
Evening already. Time does fly when you're having fun. The only letter victim we've yet to visit is the Liberl News.
Yep. Well then, let's not waste any more time, huh? Let's get over there and see what's what. But before we see what's what, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope I will see you in the next episode as well. Until next time, bye bye.